Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Hey, how you doing out there, folks? Yes, we are back today playing more Satisfactory, continuing on with our aluminum. I know how to pronounce it. I'm just having some fun here. Yes, we're back to finish off with our aluminum, which, you know, it's going to mean a few things. Mostly, apparently, I need to bring some copper over here, but fortunately, I have kind of pre-planned for that. So yes, I have done a little bit off camera. Mostly, I started getting ready for setting up my Alcat plates and my aluminum casings, and those are going to reside kind of in the next block over here. So yeah, check the blueprints and everything should be good to go. Got a train station in here ready for shipping. I'm gonna need to bring another train station in here for receiving, but let's get right down to it, and then we can figure out what we're doing next after this. All right, so let's get right to work here. So first thing is that we out of here we have our aluminum scrap coming away from here. And if we turn on our flashlight and stop hitting that button, what are we producing here? We are producing 360 aluminum scrap per minute. We are all loaded up here, so we're good on that. So each of these basically machines is producing 360. So I've got 3 outputs that are going upstairs. Let's have a quick run upstairs here just so we can double check where things are coming out. So they will pop up here. Probably not going to have them pop up here. I'll probably actually divert them down into the basement there. But I got 3 supplies of 360 aluminum scrap for the next stage. Just again to recap what we did. So yeah, last week we started getting our tracks in here. So the week before we got all our tracks in. Using our roundabouts, using the wonderful new auto snap. It is lovely. I did most of that track laying off camera here, but last week we started setting up the train stations, the platform that we were going to be setting up our little aluminum city up on. We got in our bauxite is being shipped in, so our bauxite is coming in from over there. And you can see there goes our lovely little construction, our conveyor line. We're bringing coal in from a node right there. Using that nice curve. I really like that curve. It's a bit excessive there, but it really just has a nice feel to it. Geez, guys, you did a great job on the 1.1. Again, I'm just going to reiterate, it's been my favorite update so far. Okay, so yes, where you've got it all coming in. So we got our bauxite coming in. We got water coming in from a little pond that sits underneath here. Water may become an issue at some point, but I do have the wet concrete recipe, which is the all-purpose way of dealing with excess water, because it allows you to mix it with limestone and then you can sink. You can dump it away, get rid of it, not have to worry about it. Right now, the water is flowing back into the system here, but the aluminum is notorious for getting your water to balance right, and quite often it just either ends up getting drained out or ends up overflooding the system, which shuts the system down. So yeah, having to be able to dump your water into something like wet concrete does make a huge difference. But a little bit of a problem. Not really close limestone to me up here, like anywhere. My nearest limestone is kind of way back here at base, which shouldn't be a huge problem. It just means I have to set up my trains a little bit to bring it in here. I am bringing copper in though from the kind of cliffside factory, where I'm setting up the space elevator stuff. Where we've been kind of focusing on the last couple of weeks there. I've actually tapped into the copper ingot, or a copper node that is up there, and I've actually got it ready to go more so than it needs to be, and I'll explain that in a minute. But for now, let's actually get our blueprints out and let's look at our 2 new factories here. So we're going to go into our construction lines. We have our aluminum right down here. So we have our aluminum casing and we have our LCAD sheet. So let's grab our LCAD sheets here. You can see again, it's just a nice, lovely self-contained factory. It is missing some blocks there that came from, I think, a mod pack. But that's all right. We can fill those windows back in. Heck, we can put an elevator shaft in there somewhere. So that is going to be our LCAD sheets. I'm just going to drop this right here temporarily, like that. I'm not going to hit that button. There we go. All right, so there's our LCAD sheets. So this is a complete line, so to speak. I think I did put it down the wrong direction, but we'll have a quick boo in here. So down here on the bottom floor, not easy to get around with the conveyors in the way. Down here we are making copper ingots, so that means I have to bring up raw copper ore. Then we're making our aluminum, our actual LCAD aluminum ingots here. So our scrap comes in, we make some aluminum ingots. We run back upstairs here, duck underneath the conveyor that is in the way. This floor up here, this is where we're making our LCAD sheets. All nice and good. And if we look at the description that I put in here, which is not much of a description, you can see that it has absolutely no description. So we need here is aluminum 30 per minute. Let's try to get back underneath. There we go. So these guys here are needing 60 per minute. Wrong button. Let's get up in the air here. Gotta clear the space engineers from my fingertips. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 300 coming in. I think it's just the 5. I did look at these guys last week. Yep, that's our copper ingot. That's our copper ingot. There's number 6. Yeah, I knew we had 6 of these guys going on here. So this is number 6, which means I need 360 scrap. Hey, guess what? The one line over there pops out, 360 scrap. It's almost like it was planned that way as a unified system. Yeah, so this is going to need 360 LCAD or aluminum scrap, and it will pop out. If we look at our numbers, I'm going to take the danger here and try to bring up my planning sheet, and that usually goes really well for you guys. Where is my planning sheet? There we go. Yeah, so that should give me, what is it going to give me? I don't know. I'm looking at the numbers here, and this is all based on dividing in half. There is something that is a bit wonky with the system here. I got 3 lines. Each of these guys uses 360. I've got an extra line there that I don't quite know what to do with, but that's okay. It can be extra. It's going to make balancing the water a little bit more challenging, but you know, we'll deal with that. Anyway, what was I just thinking of? Oh, how many LCAD sheets is this going to actually generate for me? Well, let's run upstairs here. What used to be there? There was some sort of modded thing that was in there at one point in time. So we got 30 coming out per minute. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these. So that is going to give me 180 LCAD sheets, which, you know, for first stage doing stuff should be fine. Once we move into kind of the next phase after this, which is, you know, getting in all our heat sinks and stuff like that, I'm definitely going to need more. But that's okay. I've got that a little extra lying around on that. All right, this is not its permanent home here. I'm just bringing it out so I can figure out. Let me out the window. I feel like a bird stuck inside the house, or a bee, or a housefly. All right, so where was the inputs on this thing? Just to make sure I have it facing the right way. Ooh, those are all ugly, sticking out that way. I think you come in right there. That's it. And if I look in this window, There we go. You can see, there we go. So copper ore goes in there. And then yep, so this is the copper ore. And then this is a barely readable sign. That is where my scrap goes in. So I've actually got this guy backward here. That's all right. Let's get rid of him temporarily. Let's have a look now at the casings. So casing is its own, again, self-contained building here. Should have paid more attention to where that input was. So, but I think if I point the arrow that way, that should work. All right, so the aluminum casing building here, not quite as complex. Here we are, just need to bring in our aluminum scrap in. Again, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Meaning another 360. Hey, that just happens to be the exact same amount I need from over there. Then that casings go, or ingots go upstairs to where we have these fellers. And these fellers are making our casings. And we got 1, 2, and that's all we need because it's pretty efficient. So that'll give me 120 aluminum casings. And I got a big wide open wall back here. I am definitely gonna have to fill some stuff in. All right, where is your inputs, mister? So your input is, looks like, nope, that's an output. Let me squeeze through here. Okay, so belt up here, traveling in, pardon me, that direction there, which means you load somewhere in here. Okay, so I did put it in backward. Okay, let's get this guy out of here and let's get ourselves some proper organization and get these guys actually flowing. All right, like I say, I'm probably gonna duck the lines back downstairs into the subfloor down there, so placement's not super critical. We do have to get to the trains, and I don't want to have to do a bunch of line weaving down there. So where do I want to, oh, let's make sure we're zooping here. So I'm going to be moving the Alcad sheets and the casings into here. I do have a third rail station right there, so this will be my kind of export station going that way. Gotta remember there's a train parked there. I should probably get rid of him now. There we go. There we go, we'll get rid of him. But you know what, like I say, if I'm gonna need to bring some limestone in, I'll bring it in there. I'm also gonna need to set up another train for receiving of the copper. Sorry, just kind of thinking about if I have to put more stations in, because I'm probably only going to be able to squeeze in one more train station here. Yeah, we're immediately off to being distracted here. That didn't take long. I should take a drink of my coffee. That's better. But that's okay, because if I do have to bring more stations off, they can go that way. That can curl that way, and then because this is the exit line there, so it's all okay. All right, but we do need to bring another station in here, so I'm going to just quickly grab a station and pop you into place right about there. That should, ooh, I don't like the way that is going. I might have a little bit of problem with some rocks here. Oh, definitely have some problem with some rocks. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. Can I get around the corner here? Not very easily, can I? See, where I will need to be is pretty much right there. No. Nope, I need to be a little bit further forward. I need to be on that line right there to make that corner. Oh, this is going to vex me so very much. Oh yeah, I don't like this. Damn it. And I can't do anything about the rock. It wasn't in my way. It is now in my way. Because I kind of like to have the copper coming up here before I do anything else. And this is just, yeah, this is something that's pretty atypical of when I'm doing a playthrough is I get myself into these little awkward locations. Let's get some of these more bamboos out of here. You trying to move out of my way? There you go. Okay, so like I said, I mean, it's easy enough for me to put the train stations over on this side, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So let's see how that's gonna work. So we're gonna come off of this corner here. We're gonna go up to right there. Give ourselves a little bit more platforming. Because then you, oh, no, I need a little bit more. I need another row of platform right away. So you're going to avoid that pillar of rock there, which is just, yeah, see, that's a colossal waste of space there, isn't it? Can I do anything else over here? How about if I go all the way around? Ooh, ooh. How's that? Is that something I can live with? I don't know if I can fit a platform in here, though. Let's get a freight platform. See, this really should tell you that I have no plan of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just doing it. Okay, let's try and make this corner coming from this side here. So I can come to there, and then we can come off of somewhere down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to move that piece of track. Let's get rid of that piece of track there because I do need to make this corner, which I can do. Let's see, if we bring this piece up to here, can I make this connection? No, you don't want to do that. Why? Because you're on the hill? Okay, so we'll go the one little bit beyond. That should connect. No, that doesn't connect, so you should be connecting right there. You don't want to connect right there, so we're gonna have to do that. Then we can go through there. Don't know why I'm in that menu. Does that leave me a little bit of a wiggle in the track? No, it actually comes out nice and straight. Okay, that's good. That'll work. Let's just make sure we get some signaling here. So we're going to need a path signal right here. Gonna need at least one block signal. We'll put that right here. And then we're going to need another block signal. And I think I'll put that in right there. There we go. That, of course, is going to give me an error because the track ends. But we can come over here and now connect our track up. And that should connect right there. I really like how the new tracks... like, this is not, you know, it's a solid piece of track, right? But it has these nice little connection points in here now, which really is sweet. Makes life so much easier. All right, one more block signal. So we need to put a block signal in right around in here. We can put it right there just to keep it going out. But no, let's put it right there. Okay, so... traffic comes in this way. What are these stations over here? Am I an idiot? You know what? I'm an idiot. Hey, all that stuff I just did? Never mind. I outsmarted myself last week, apparently. I'm a little bit. That's okay. Never happened. You saw nothing. I'll just edit all this part out. Oh, darn, there's no editing. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I've got a copper station apparently all ready to go. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're just going to go upstairs now and plug some stuff in. Actually, no, I do want to get the train going here first. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to... This is going to be the shipping out. Okay, so we're going to do this. Let's rename this stuff properly now. So this is red alum depot. I think that should cover it. So that's all of my aluminum stuff going out. Over here, I'm going to put this as red alum or receiving. Yeah, we're going to do that as receiving. So that way I can bring both the copper and the future limestone here. Yeah, that's better. So it's just the two cars that is going to carry away my aluminum, and then I'm going to have the one car here, which means I'm going to need to change you out. So we'll put our freight platform right here. Don't have the limestone in plan yet, so we'll leave that as a regular train. So, but for the meantime, we're going to drop in a electric motive. Give him a freight car. This is going to be, oops, nope, means be inside. Hit Q. So your name is not train. Your name is the Illum or hauler. There we go. And we need a timetable for him. So let's see. We have red aluminum or receiving. Yeah. Okay. So we need this guy here. We need this guy here. I'm going to have to rename them because I set it up thinking that I need to bring the ingots over to this side. It turns out I'd only need to bring the ore. So I'll have to update that. So we're going to hit the old get ready to go. Red aluminum ore receiving is our next station. Let's turn on our self-driving. Gonna hop out quickly here. Make sure you're on unload. And we're gonna park up. We're gonna see, make sure that the trip works. And it's not often that we, get a chance to ride the rail. This way, you guys get to see what the rail looks like. Hello. Are we ready to go yet? Thank you. All right, and off we go. Make sure all the signaling's working, which it should, because, nothing changed since I did this last week. It's all okay. And now we gotta head down the hill into the future, I don't know, some sort of expansion area over there. Of course, we can also go off in, well, not really from that direction too well, but down to our first spiral. I used to think way back when I first started playing the game and they first brought trains in, oh my god, I invented the spiral. I'm such a clever little boy. And then I saw that 5,000 other people had done it before me. Well, if not 100,000 people. I didn't feel so clever after that anymore. Oh, the sound actually goes quiet. Yeah, they've done so many quality of life improvements here. When we come back, I'm going to try and remember one of the other fun ones that they did that is quite nice. All right, got to get through this annoying path. That's the one thing about the path signals that, you know, is that the train does try to have to come to a stop before it finds its path. Yes, thank you. Let's just get moving. Let's get clear of the intersection. Because it won't read the path until it gets past whatever block signal's in there, and I see why it does that, but yeah, it's nothing you can really do about it. It is one of those things that it is what it is. All right. You can see there we've got our rubber and plastic and purple goo train. And we got to come through another roundabout here. Oh, I see that I might be clipping through there, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of, yeah, ooh, that's not good. So something in the to-do list is to fix that hypertube, because I do not want to be cutting through there. All right, and let's make our way now down to the Cliffside Village. And to our newest train station. So I have extended the tracks out there, and you can see there's our copper train station. All right, I'm going to hop out here. I'm just going to let him do his thing for now. I'm going to update the name here. So this is not an ingot. This is an ore. Ore. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's pop over here. Sorry, pardon me. And you can see there's our, what's it, high rise. That's full production of something. I don't even remember what it is anymore. I think this was the modular engines. Yeah, that's our modular engines, and we are nicely filling up a container here. When that container gets filled, I'll probably start dumping them into a sink until I start using them. Over here, this is just a copper wire factory. Yeah, didn't think it was going to be something exciting. No, our other product is actually being made on its own building somewhere. Oh my goodness, let me out. Anyway, yeah, so what I did is I set up a third floor up here, which are happily making me ingots that I'm not using right now. But I got them there in case I do need them. So I have tapped in the next copper line right there, and I am feeding the copper to the upstairs floor. However, all I need to do is actually run the copper down the entire length of the factory here to join up with that train station. So actually, while I'm down here, I'm going to go into my video description. Just need to give me half a sec here. Probably would have been faster just to bring up Notepad. I'm just going to bring up Notepad. Da-dum-bum-bum. There we go. I need this line here. Just need to fix my Lumen line, so I'm going to go intentionally go into the scripting. We're going to hit Control V, and we are going to improve our Lumen. That is much better. I can actually see what I'm doing now. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Okay, so I need to run copper all the way down. What is going to be the least kind of in the way? And I think it is going to be going down this outside edge here, which can then come around here. See, I'm getting a little close to the floor right there because it's got to go all the way over to there. What if I follow along this side? Ooh, that actually has a lot less interference because I can scooch right along these pillars here. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. You can actually hear the blades thumping now on the hover pack. Yeah, I could bring the copper through here. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll bring the copper through this line right here. I'll have to do a little duct underneath, but I still have room. I'm not getting too close to the floor here, so that's cool. Let's turn our flashlight on. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, that's the way we're going to go. Okay, so let's get ourselves set up for that. We're going to need to bring in some floor or ceiling hangers here. So we'll put a hanger in, let's say... Where do I want to bring you through? I think I'm going to bring you through right here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Am I? Am I really? Yes, I think I am. So I could do a wall hang here. This is always the, you know, the most important part. Yeah, see, no, I'm going to run into the stairs there. That's not going to work. Yeah, see, I had this irrational thing about having my belts not travel in perfectly straight lines. And it's, you know, it is a bit of a thing. Okay, if I go straight through there, I can go past the pillar? Yeah, I can go past the pillar there. So we're gonna go like that. We're gonna go like that. We're gonna grab a belt. We're gonna bring it up to the top here. I'm gonna make sure I'm in straight mode, because I'm gonna go like that. All right, for going in the other direction now. Not much I can do about turning it that way, so... Okay. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna go right. Well, you know what? If I'm making the turn already, I might as well keep it nice and centered to there. So we're gonna make our turn through there. So we're gonna grab our Mark IV belt. I have no idea how much copper I should be bringing over, but we're just gonna throw a Mark IV in there and we're gonna let it do what it wants to do. Okay. Now we're gonna grab some more of these. We're gonna trot it all the way down to here. Like a so. Like a so. And then like a so. And, oops, nope, that is in the totally wrong place. Let's try that again. Like that, and like that. Yay! Not sure why I'm celebrating. Pardon me, a bit of a sneeze fit there. All right. Let's keep our belts moving here. Gotta get progress. Gotta get stuff done today. No lacking around. No lazing. Work to be done here, folks. Okay, that's gonna give me a nice rundown here. So we need to go into a splitter. And I love the fact that we can do that now. Sorry, I was sneezing again. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna put our splitter that is not facing the right direction. Hey, you know what? What makes it work better is if we face in the right direction. But oh, I love that. God, yeah, every freaking thing they updated in 1.1, I gotta tell you, is just gold. Nothing in here that I don't absolutely love. I wouldn't even say that there's things that, you know, that's cool and no, it's everything is just freaking cool, freaking awesome. Well done, guys. Like, you know, you kind of knocked it out of the park with 1.0. You outdo yourselves every time. I don't know how you guys do it, but God's bless you, you do it every time. All right. Is that where I want to make my turn? No, I got to keep going. There's where I'm making my turn. And we'll drop a belt in there, and then we should be able to now connect to there. Yes, there we go. I don't quite like that. That's going to make it a little bit too much drop there. I'm going to keep it a little bit higher up. There we go. And then we can drop down to there. And there goes our ore. Okay, so now we just have to keep feeding it down to the far end. Go past our little zippy, and we can continue on from here. This is how I end up with my pockets being full of ore. Because, you know, put a belt in, take a belt away. I usually, you know, good idea maybe to leave them disconnected down the other end, but we don't have that. Okay, I'm going to start down here at the platform. I need to find where I'm going to bring it through over here. Because we're right up along the edge there. We have our staircase right there. Probably going to need to come in through here. Okay, well, let's... And, yeah. What do I got going on down here? Oh, look at that. I've got an old sulfur setup. Cool. Hey, guys. Huh. How about that? That is one of the next things, is sulfuric acid. So maybe what I'll do is I can tap that sulfur node there and just give some purpose to that thing again. Anyway, ore coming up. So ore is going to come up here. So we'll put that in there. And yes, you are feeding in that direction. I'm still using the Mark IVs. I do have Mark V unlocked. Just no point yet because I'm not using those kind of volumes, and I don't have my own supply. I am kind of going on purchased aluminum at the moment for anything I am building aluminum. So any aluminum I have is I bought with tickets, and Ada doesn't like it when you do that, and God knows we don't want to disappoint Ada ever. Okay, and we'll continue through. That's going to do a little bit of a jump there, so we'll terminate there. And then we'll come back through here. There we go. And carry on down the line. Like I say, the straight feature is a lovely feature. It's a little, could sometimes be a bit of a handful to use, but well done, boys, and well done, everybody. Make sure we're, oh, that is going to be a bit awkward, so we'll just scooch beside. No, it's perfect. It's almost like I have some sort of plan and know what I'm doing. And then we just need to point out down here. That is never going to reach, so we'll kind of get ourselves to close enough right there and right there. Let the copper ore flow. It also occurs to me for my limestone, I have limestone right here, and yeah, you can see by the deposits in the belt that I'm certainly not using all of it. How much are you actually dumping out? I've got you putting out 480. I could I could put in I could buy a couple of turbo motors. Yeah, I know I have to buy the turbo motors and put a Mark III on there, but yeah, I can get my limestone from here because that's actually a pretty easy run to that other station right through here. Because then I could just, because there's my copper ore line. I could easily join up and bring my limestone. All right. Not going to do it just yet. But I think that's going to be very close to next. Hey, there you are. We got our first load for you. Let's see how much we actually have in here. Look at that. Filling up nicely. This guy's going to grab it all. I'm going to head my way back through the Hypertube network to kind of get the site ready for receiving. All right, into the network we go. Off we go. You have to breakneck speeds. And make the turn. I didn't make the turn, damn it. That's the only problem is when you get up to this. Oh no, now I've got my frame rate drop. Is just really need a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna have to go out to main menu. There's one weird thing. It's just all of a sudden you'll start getting a frame rate drop and you'll start getting this weird on the twos. So that's an animation term. That means instead of changing the pose every frame, so if you're doing 24 frames a second, that's 24 drawings in a second. That's your smoothest animation. Most animation, though, is on the twos, which means every second frame. So you'll hold for 2 frames, then you'll change the image. So it's 12 images in a 24 second, and that is pretty much almost every cartoon you've ever watched has been on the twos because half the drawings. Sorry, just gonna save the game here. I have to go to the main menu. And if you look, actually, it's a nice little kind of device they used. If you watch the exit to main menu, the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think was the first one. Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse was the second one. Beyond the Spider-Verse is the third one that is yet to come out. But if you look at the Into Spider-Man, Miles Morales is animated on the twos. So there's always kind of a little bit of a stutter to his actions until he becomes Spider-Man, and all the Spider-Man are on the ones, so they have smoother, more fluid animation and movement. So yeah, little fun fact there. All right, that's the direction. I gotta put some signs in here, but let's go going, and you can see the frame rate is improved. Now I just, for whatever reason, I have to go out to the main menu, load myself back in the game, and then my frames are gonna be fine again. I don't know why. All right, let's head up the spiral. Really is my new favorite way to travel, even better than hypertube cannons. There is apparently some sort of dimensional portal we can set up, but I'm probably gonna need to get past the phase 4 before I can do that. Once we get our aluminum kind of set up and running and coming back home, we'll have a look at what's next in the plan. You know what? Got this here. I might as well actually bring you up top. Besides the elevator, I have an elevator shaft that goes down here. I gotta always remind myself, what am I doing? Yeah, actually, we got an elevator shaft there. It's fine. Okay, so the copper will be coming in to what is going your pass signal that, of course, doesn't have a pass, so you're gonna be a little bit. Hey, there he is. Hey, buddy. Did you bring my stuff? First load. Kind of big moment. Didn't really... Wow. Didn't really beat you by that much, did I? Are you just waiting to see him unload? Yeah, okay, so he is unloading. That means we can look to start bringing our copper upstairs. So that means our copper is on this side here. So I'm going to make our LCAD sheets over on this corner here so we don't have quite as much messing around with the belts underneath there, because I don't really have, I don't have my usual kind of service floor in between this and this. Let's just get the platform a little bit bigger here. Yeah, I know I'm totally squirreling out here again, folks, but so what I'm going to do here to kind of keep it from being a super floating platform here is I'm going to use the these 4x1 or 4x4 or the 4 meter. I got space engineers in the brain. These 4 meters here as kind of like pillars, and in between here I'm going to fill it with like windows and wall segments and more of a pattern. So like every 3, so we'll put another bunch here. So this will be another location. Let's go to vertical. Let's get that guy going down there. So we'll bring this guy up to here. Or maybe we'll go from here. Yeah, we'll go down from here. So we got 2 columns going all the way down. We count over 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th one we do another column going down. And what that'll do is give us a nice kind of depth detailing. We can pull these guys out. Give us a nice little bit of depth detailing. As well as giving us that look that this super heavy platform is in fact supported, because there are no physics in the engineering part of that game in that way. Okay, let's think about getting our buildings in. So again, we have to go into our construction lines. Gonna grab the LCAD sheets, and they're right there. You can see that is where the copper's going in. So that is the input side. So we'll unhold that. We'll give it one more rotation. I love that I don't have to worry about where I'm dropping it. So before I nudge it, this way I can just get way up in the sky here and nudge it to my heart's content. So we can come all the way back here if I want to. Don't know if I actually want to. I don't have an open wall or anything that the casing's going to connect to. Probably not. What mod is missing? I wonder what mod that was. I don't remember. It's been well over a year and a half since I built this blueprint, which is why I don't feel bad about importing in a blueprint like this. Is I haven't used these blueprints since the release of the news that we were getting 1.0. So I stopped playing pretty much 12 months ago. Yeah, it was way back in the day. Oh my God, so how long have I... Oh, yeah, time flies. Where did that year go? All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to put you right there. Let's grab our casings factory. We're going to have to let some materials build up so we can get this hooked up in the meantime. All right, so copper ore needs to go in there. One of the things I didn't have back in the previous Dark Ages was wall holes. So this was using the modded wall holes. So of course they're not here anymore. So we're going to have to... There really is no nudge for these guys yet. We can need to replace them, but these wall holes are a little bit more kind of a fight to set up, it seems. They're a little bit more finicky. Was that the right height? Actually, what am I doing? I don't want to go through the wall anyway. I want to come up through the floor because that's where my train station is. Isn't it? It down there, isn't it? So we're gonna go boop. That's gonna go upstairs to this one. That should be the correct height. And Off you go that away. Power connection. We're gonna need some power over here. Is that probably the best place to put the elevator? Yeah, it is, because there's a ramp right there. Okay, so we're gonna fill this gap here with an elevator. That being the case, I actually need to move you over by one. Sorry, guys. Got you all excited and set up there. Really, who am I talking to? I'm talking to the belts, not talking to you. Why would you be excited? It's putting in a factory, like a gripping frickin' TV here. All right, let's make sure we got everything facing the right way. There we go. So now I do have some gapping there, so when I do put the elevator in, just gonna fill that corner in, it'll work much nicer. All right, why? Oh, there it is. Took a sec for it to actually render in. Okay, so let's get our floor hole down here. Let's make sure it is nicely out of the way. So we'll go all the way to, let's say there. Grab our lift and throw the belt in there. There we go. Where are your power connections? You have a power connection right there. Which way do I want to bring the power? And I realize nothing lines up very well here. Do I want to actually, or do I want to, See, part of me wants to keep this alleyway clear. That's a 4x4 spacing. That's a 4x4 spacing. Should I have it lined up on this edge here? No, I'm going to kind of keep everything just a little bit chaotic for styling wise. Yeah, again, what mod was in here? Oh, I know what it was. The one thing we don't have yet. And we really should have half walls. I want half walls, guys. Yeah, that's the mod that was using. There's actually was back in the day, probably is still. I just haven't looked for it. Or half width walls. Just gives you so much more decorative options there. Don't know what was here. Oh, that might have actually been a lift as well. Maybe? Yeah, and then half walls were going up that way. So yeah, that's what's missing is the half wall mod. Do I put it back in? No, I'm doing this so far unmodded, and I think I kind of want to keep it that way. All right. Gonna need to bring power over, so I got a power line coming this way. We've got power over on the edge here in these, so let's just move this down. We'll use the old H and nudge. Yeah, that's the same there. Let's see, we'll put you here. Gonna need some more platforms. Make sure we're back on Zoopies. That goes there, that can go to there. We'll grab that, and we will just do that. Let's see, we'll put you, and actually, let's change you up to, I think I'm going to use the 2 light. Yeah, this guy here. Put that right there. And then over here, we'll do another 2 lights. Like so. We'll grab power line, string you down to here. It could take you underneath the floor, but no, we'll just go to here, cross to there, and then we'll run the power lines heading back. I'm gonna have to, at some point when I'm back, next time I'm at the base, gonna have to remember to recycle the light switch there. So all of my lights are kind of running on one master switch back at the base, which sets the color, the timing, so forth and so on. Right. Are you not powering for a reason? Even if you don't have resources, you should still be yellow. Yes, you're not getting power. Why? Power coming in this way. Power comes into here. Well, that's just that connects you guys. Where's the staircase? Well, you know what? I'm gonna have a wrong freaking button. You powered up yet? Yep, that's got power coming up to you. I guess I could just look at the lights. How about you guys? You guys are all powered? Yeah, okay, everything's hooked up. Okay, so that means the building is hooked up. I just need to move some thingies over, and that's where our copper is gonna come. And if we look over here, we should have a bunch of copper. Yes, we do. The rocks are really close right here, but there's not much I can do about it. But fortunately, it does appear to miss, and it's a bit close to the wall. So we can fix that. We can force the issue a little bit. I'm going to put that in there as kind of a guide point. And then what I'm going to do is we'll grab a ceiling hanger, move the ceiling hanger over by 1 that way. Make sure it's in the position I want. It is, in fact. I'm gonna end up with copper in my pocket, but that's all right, because now we can force that into a little bit of a tighter line like that. Perfect. Let's grab you, and then we should be able to fit this all in one single belt. And if we use the straight, it'll nicely miss everything. Perfect. Hello, my copper. Where did the copper go? Why is there no copper flowing? Why are you no flowy? Hello. Why? Why? Okay, well, let's try this again. I swear, you're not loading or unloading, so you're not jammed up on that. Right? No? Okay, so why were you not connecting? Listen for the tink. See, we heard it. There it goes. I don't know. I guess I just must have missed the connection last time. But anyway, there we go. So that's loading up that way. Now, one of these is for the scrap. I'm gonna do is no. I think what I'll do is we can force a floor hole here. Let's see how far we can push it, and then we'll go in that direction. It would help if I'm actually lined up. I need to come over a little bit. You can hear the ingots are being made upstairs or near me. Don't know if it's upstairs. I've forgotten already. Okay, so good. That will connect. Excellent. So that will connect. Where are they? Yeah, this is the copper. Nope, that's aluminum ingots. Somewhere around. Are you back already? Wow, you're just moving and grooving there, buddy. Look at you go. Huh. You're just little Mr. Can-Do, aren't you? Well, good on you, fella. All right. Yeah, so once I get these two up, of course, I am going to have to check the balancing on the scrap, because, again, water is always my biggest hassle when it comes to aluminum. All right, now that I've stuck my head underneath there temporarily, do I actually want to bring the scrap out through here? Where did that end up? So that's right there. No, that should be okay. That should be all right. So let's go recover our aluminum scrap over here. So this is doing 360. So we're just going to take all of this, guys, out of there. We are going to put in a floor hole right about here. Make sure you're going in the right direction, like there. There we go. So that should dump out through the bottom there. Yeah, okay. Ow. Okay, just playing much Space Engineers. I can't get it out of my finger memory. That's right, I said finger memory. All right. Gonna use a Mark IV belt. Or in this case, lift, because I am moving 360, which means I do need the Mark IV belt. So that's going to go that way, and then we can go all the way over to here, and there we go. And I should be now producing LCAD sheets once all of that starts moving, at least until the water fills up. Let's just double check. So you're producing ingots now, or you will be soon. Yeah, you went that way. Aluminum scrap. Am I loading into the wrong thing? Aluminum scrap. Go in here. You. What are you? You're my ingots. You are going in the wrong way. I think I've just completely corrupted a belt. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I think I boo-booed here. I think I boo-booed big time, guys. Yippers. I boo-booed big time. Let's see how if I can recover here. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to clear these lines, I think. Let's go upstairs here. Stop hitting that button. This is the incorrect button. All right, so that cleared the belts. Now, of course, all the lifts are absolutely full. So we'll have to clear these out. Like that. 1, 2, 3. That means you. That is probably one of the most annoying things you can do in this game. Is get your belt feed wrong, because so easy to do, so hard or time consuming to fix. Yeah, so you're still full. I don't think anything got into the machine line. It should have been rejected outright, so I don't have to worry about that. I just need to worry about getting the conveyor system clear. Okay. So where do I actually want my scrap to go? Because you need ingots. You guys down here need scrap. So we come in through here. So that is our input on scrap. You are my two little copper ingots. Let's run over to this side here. Which direction are you flowing? Not that button again. Okay, so it's going in this direction here. Oop, oop, where are you coming in from here? So then that goes over to there. Gets split. Where's Mr. Belt? Come here, Mr. Belt. There's Mr. Belt. So Mr. Belt goes across here, drops back down here. That means, well, that's my input right there. Okay, well. So we'll put that right there. And then we'll throw that into there. Need an easier way of getting, oh, of course, right on the roof there. So we'll just go around this way. That means, oh, ouch. Shoot. Means I'm gonna have to rework some of this stuff too. Of course I am. Because that needs to go that way. This one needs to go that way. Can we still reach? Yes, we can, so that's all right. How about over here? How are you? You okay? If I bring you, we're gonna need to get rid of that up there. I'll grab a belt, hook you up. Gonna need to hold it straight, but I got this for alignment, so we'll just go to here. Then we'll go to there. Get rid of the floor hole, so it'll cover up the whole embarrassing scenario. All right, so that is flowing. Let's make sure. Ooh, I heard machines coming to work or coming to life. Yay! And off go the ingots. Okay, so ingots are moving upstairs. Excellent. Let's drop an elevator shaft in here just so we can easily get up and down. Personal elevator and boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I guess we'll go that way. And I really only need to go up to one floor, don't I? Yeah. Do I want to go up to the third floor here? Where are the ingots? Why are there no ingots? Why are you not turned on? Why do you have no power? Probably because I forgot to connect your line. You don't have ingots. Ingots are definitely flowing past you. There's still some scrap in the line. Still some scrap in that line, and I think you're actually the only one who's okay. Yeah, you're working. Okay. So we just had a little bit of scrap still in the lines, but we've got that cleared out now, so that should be able to start working. Do I see green? Yes, I do. There we go. We got ingots. We got ingots. We got ingots. That didn't answer my question is, do I want to come up to that floor? How about down here? No, you still got some corrupted in the line here. Am I still flying? Yes, I am. And yep, there you go. One freaking little piece. There we go. How about you? Nope, you're okay. How about you? You are okay. No, you're not. Why? I don't know. Let's just... Where? Why? Why will you not load? You are a splitter. And what I'm trying to do here is just get a... Make sure that ingots do come out to here. Yes, they do. And I'm just checking. Okay, so ingots will flow down into there. So who has got and why? Is there an alignment issue here? Oh, there is too. There's just a very small alignment issue on that splitter. Okay, so we'll just do this. Okay, ingots going down. There we go. Okay, yeah, just the splitter was just off just slightly. That it wasn't connecting properly to, even though it sounded like it was, connecting properly to the machine. Okay, good. All right, so that means I am getting LCAD sheets. We'll have to deposit those momentarily and we'll start shifting them back down, but we'll worry about that once we have our aluminum casing factory. Hopefully this will be a little less, well, complicated is not really the word for it, but a little less, oops, did a boo-boo. All right, so LCAD sheet, where is your inputs? Why have I got a big ass empty wall there? What are you supposed to be up against? You do nicely kind of fit there. Ooh. See, I don't remember what I did in the past. Oh, what have I done there? That is not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. Let's go back into our blueprints here. Let's grab our aluminum casing. Okay, so that's the wall, open wall there. I'm just going to temporarily put it into place there so it looks like it's out of the way. Where are my main inputs? So... Actually, does look like you go... Yeah, see, again, it's the freaking missing half walls. No, that's output. That's an input. Which goes across the top here. That's an input. Yeah, okay, so that's my input there. So let's put that into place. I don't have this big ass empty wall here now. I just have a regular wall. Aluminum scrap. So you just need your aluminum scrap, which will come from over here. Do I put another elevator in here? Nah. I think I'll just put a door in here. I already missed that. Yes, again, it used to be half walls. So what I'm going to have to do is... I want my half walls. I really want my half walls. Really want my half walls. Just, ugh. Gives you so much more freedom. The half wall does. Oh, that looks like hot garbage. I guess I'll just go all the way down to there. I really want my half wall back. I want my half wall back. Half wall better than no full wall. Oh, maybe not that, but certainly useful. No, I need a door. My God, he's degenerated into mumbling himself. Isn't that captivating? Watching, listening to someone, old man, one mumble to himself. Okay, that then incorporates fine. Okay, we're good. We need to bring some power into this building. What is going to be the easiest way? Probably right from here. We'll come up to here. And then we can go into there. And yes, I saw the yellow lights. Come on. All right. Okay. Now I just need to bring the scrap over from one of these other lines here. So we'll tap into the next guy along the route. So we're putting that one down into the basement. We'll grab him. We'll grab our floor hole, put you into place there. We'll get our line connected. Make sure you're going in the right direction. Yes, you are. Run over to here. That is you. So we are going to keep you nice and tight. So we're going to put our floor hole there. Even bring you over by one, maybe. No, we'll keep you right there. You are going up to there. Excellent. Now we just need to run underneath. Whee! Okay, so you are there, you are there, easy peasy. Go like that. We'll go like that. And then we'll go across. We'll make sure we use the straight, and boom. Scrap away. Will this floor ever end? And that means I should start seeing some green. Oh, there's scrap. What is going on? And did I screw it up again? Okay, so scrap goes along here. You should be the input, right? Yes, because, oh, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I screwed up the line. I went to go there. This goes up to that one. But it's easy to clear this line. I just have to find out where the end is. Ah! Really, the most annoying thing you could do, and I went and did it twice. Oh, whoopee. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna bring you over to here. And I'm just gonna grab myself a bunch of scrap. I should probably just build a container. Let's just quickly build a cargo container. Just a little guy. Can I squeeze you in? Like right here, and if I just shove you off in the direction that way. So I can do that, and then just wash the line when the last of the scrap comes up. Yep, that looks like that's the last of the scrap. You can then go back to normal, default. There we go. And I'll deposit and get rid of the scrap later. Why are you not getting any ingots? Because there's no belt connecting you. Okay, well, that's fine. There you go. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness gracious, my friends. You wouldn't know it. Yeah, I've got thousands of hours on this game. I've been playing it since version 1.01 or 0.1. I'm a master at this, can't you tell? Hey, look, I put a wall in the wrong place that just now. See, this is again why half walls are so good. Okay. All right, there we go. So that is now my aluminum production up and running. How you guys doing in here with your water and stuff? Are we still okay? Are we balanced? Because that's always my biggest concern here is the water flow. The reason I want to kind of determine this now is I'm gonna be over where I have some limestone I can use, but I think I'm okay because I don't have any excess water in here. The water amount is dropping. And then it's raising. And then it's dropping. So relatively stable. This guy's not doing anything because he's full. This guy is staying pretty stabilized. The water's not really overflowing as long as I can produce here. That's all right. How about you guys? So you... Yeah, so you're not backfilling any water. You're not backfilling any water because you don't have any water to backfill into. All right, good. So far, so good. I think I'm going to be okay on dealing with the water for the time being. So now we can just focus on shifting all of this good stuff back to our actual base. And this is my red aluminum depot. I got 2 there. So yeah, I just need to bring everything downstairs. Okay, cool. I will, of course, have to put a station in on the other end of the world. I think I'm going to bring some lights in here just for the sake of having some lights. So before I finish up here, I know I still have some holes in walls and whatnot, but yeah, we'll get there. Maybe someday. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna put that there. And I think we'll just put this one here. No, we'll put it on the corner, kind of like right there. And we'll just throw some wires. Like so. Okay, so that has got aluminum there. And like I say, I just need to now bring it down to the basement. So let's go find out where our depositing is going to be. You know what elevators need? Electricity. Know what I haven't given this guy yet? Electricity. Now I know why I was bringing these over. Okay, let's go grab one more. I'm just going to use the 2 light stand here. We'll put you right there, and then just throw you over to the towards the edge, and then we'll go. We'll go to the corner here. I'm also going to make sure I turn off the damn music. Oh, did I? Nope, that is incorrect. I want just regular light stand. I don't want that one. Light stand, there you are. See, that would be why things weren't lining up. I'm looking at it going, something just feels a little weird, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, if you're not wired up, you shouldn't be playing any damn music. Okay, yeah, and quite frankly, you can stop playing any freaking music right now. Okay, let's go up to the floor here. I just want to see where you're all gonna come up. I want my half walls. 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 So very, very much. I want my half walls. Everything would be fine if I had half walls. Ugh. Okay, where are you dumping your stuff? You go to there, you're going up to there. You come down here, you go into there, then you get joined up here. You guys actually aren't connected, are you? No, you're not. Well, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so I guess that is the exit. What is underneath here? Bunch of machinery. I need to get you out of the building. Which direction do I want to go? I think I can just head through the wall right here. Yeah, I guess I could just head through the wall right here. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna need a wall hole. And, you know, the thing you can't nudge, so you kind of have to get it right the first time. I think that's where I want it to be. Yes, yes it is. I'm also gonna grab... See if I can remember where they are. Yeah, they're there. I'm gonna put a counter on here. Which of course is gonna show 0 at the moment. And then we can go down here. Duck underneath the conveyor line. Where is the exit? That's not an exit. I need an exit. That's sort of an exit. I'm gonna have to put in an exit. Oh look, I can put one in right here. Can I get around through here? No, I can't really get around through there, so it's not really a great place for an exit, is it? No. Anyway. I'm coming up the side of the building here for that one. which means we're going to drop down to here. So we'll put a floor hole right up against the wall-ish. And there we go. There we go. All kinds of AutoCAD sheets. Okay, you boys, where are you guys dropping off? Where are you depositing your goodies? So you go up, then you go that way, and then you go right into the wall right here. Okay. So we can remove you. Put in one of you. Yes, you are not at the correct height, I don't think. So we're going to do that again. And go up by 1. And yeah, there we go. And out go the aluminum casings. Let's get downstairs again. This way. And we can run out through there. Oh my god, I'm getting stuck in the building again. Alright, so you're up there. You're gonna come down to here, which means I need a floor hole right here. Like so. Yes, 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 thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And then you can go up take that. And there you go. Hey, there we are. Yay. Ooh, okay. So you come out through there. You're coming out through there. I need one to go here. I need one to go there. So we go up to the ceiling like so. And we turn the corner. We go up to the ceiling like you're kind of getting interrupted there a little bit, aren't you? So we're going to come down a little bit. Where is your... So we're going to try to come out through here. Get it as tight as we can. On default, there we go. Yeah, so you can just drop down like that. That's fine. Okay, let's go to straight. I like the little flutter of the... Why are you doing that? Oh, because there's I introduced a little bit of curve. Okay, well, you know what? Let's make sure you're going nice and straight. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to use default, but that's fine. That's fine. It's gonna be a little bit of a weird hanky color corner kind of thingy, but that's quite all right. Okay, then you can come to there. We grab one of you. And we plug you into there. Let there be AutoCAD sheets. And there we're... And there's all the scrap going upstairs. Excellent. Okay, for you... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn you. I'm gonna have you just come straight parallel along here. Because then we'll grab you. You'll just come out through there. And that way we can run just along the wall here. Or right beside your fellow aluminum product. Like so. And into there we go. And let the casings flow. Excellent. You're gonna load. Ignore the scrap. And you're loading up there. Cool. Excellent. Okay, so let's build a train. Hey, buddy. So we're gonna build a train right there. We're gonna give you 2 freight cars, 1 and 2. We're gonna name you Prod hauler. So aluminum production product hauler. You don't need a timetable yet. We'll get back to that because now we got to run back to the base and we got to give a place to deposit this stuff, as well as get it into the inventory system, which we can now start upgrading with the proper belts. So we can start putting in the Mark V belts, getting a full 720 on it. That should make the inventory system hopefully flow a little smoother and faster. Yeah, we'll kind of deal with that as we kind of get to it. Okay, I'm going to try and remember to actually hit the freaking change path switch, because it always wants to seem to take me off to the left path and not the right path. And the right path is the correct path, not the left path. That's the incorrect path. Left, right, left, left, right. No, I want to go right. Why are you giving me a bad signal? Why are you giving me a bad signal? Why are you giving me a bad signal? Oh, you're good there. Oh. Are you not connected to the track? Okay, there we go. I had a little confusion there. Huh. How long has that been a problem? Anyway. All fixed. So many roundabouts. I like roundabouts better than building clover leaves. Alright, let's head back to the base. We'll see what we have for train platform setups, because it's been a while since we put a train platform. Yeah, we are getting close to drones. Speaking of planes, yep, gotta flip the E switch there quickly. We are getting close to drones, which is, you know, bringing up the idea back. What are all you here? Well, you're my heavy oil residue, your rubber, your plastic. Oh my gosh, you're so full. What is going on over here? SU home shipping. Okay, that's all that stuff. So we're gonna have to extend for our aluminum, which is fine. Ooh, that's the limestone I wanted to tap into. Don't want to get over top of it. What else can I do for my train station here? I could go that way. Yeah, let's try that. So I don't want to interfere with the limestone there node, which I absolutely will if I keep going in that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a clever little bugger. And in fact, we can keep it all the way down here. So what I'm thinking is we can have... Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can have the line rejoin at any place we want to. Where are you parking? You're parking in Mr. Purple there. That's cool. I have a plan in my fevered little brain. Have no fear. I just need enough room so that I can go all the way around to right there. Okay, so we're gonna come off here to... Where do we want to go to? I want to go to here. That shouldn't affect the pass signal. Yeah, okay, good. That's where we're gonna put it. We can get rid of that. Run that back to there. Run that back to there. Hey, big guy, come on in. Yeah, okay, so that's what we're gonna do. But we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break here. And then when we get back, we'll get our train station in and we'll get it hooked up to the inventory. But yeah, we're just gonna take a quick break here. And we'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so yes, we are continuing to build in and put in a station here. All right, so the train's gonna come along this way, go this way, go this way, go this way. I need 2 freight platforms, so we're gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1 and 2, and then we put in a train station here, facing this away, like that. You can grab our track and try to wrap that all the way around here. Of course, it's not going to be happy about it. That's fine. Do it some platforming underneath. Like that. And what lines up? Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of finagling here. So we're gonna put you to there, and then we'll just reconnect you 2 guys there, and then we wrap all the way around. Like so. Cool. Okay, block signal. Block signal. We put a block signal. All right. Here. Yeah, that's cleared that guy up. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a block signal right here. That path signal there is, of course, freaking out because I got way too much, so we're gonna have to put another block signal in right there. And that fixes that path signal. All right, so everyone knows where they're going. Okay, so now, because you have to put the train station in before you can put the freight platforms. That's why I use the little track segments there, because these are 2 foundations in length or width or whatever you want to call. So you could just use tracks as temporary placeholders. There we go. Okay. So why do you do that? Okay, that is something that is not unhappy. A good convenient thing is that it automatically flips the stations for some reason. Like, don't automatically rotate anything. Jeez. All right. How are we doing on power, by the way? Oh, it's starting to get a little bit. We still got a little bit overhead, but yeah. Nuclear is definitely going to be in our future. So home alum receiving. Go find a train. What are you doing? Why have I not named you? Oh, bad me. Loom production hauler, edit timetable. Let's just reduce our search to that. So red aluminum depot plus home aluminum receiving. Save our changes, turn on self-driving, and I should get a nice delivery of aluminum products very shortly. So yeah, train's gonna come along here. He's gonna go through there. He should turn the corner and then return to the line. Oh, how does he get out of here though? That's a bit of an issue. So this is not such a super great plan. We're gonna have to hold him here for a minute. I actually have to go the other way. Yep, I'm gonna have to go this way. Let's get rid of some of this underbrush here. Oh, there goes the frame rate again. Oh, annoying. Oh, that's gonna keep the train from getting where he needs to go, of course. And you can see it up there. He should be held at the station though. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a quick save again and get my frame rate back. Gonna have to look in the old Google machine and see what the deal with that is. But wow, that is just like, no, there is no way in hell that this machine should be dropping any kind of frames. Yeah, no. Not with the RAM, the hard drive, and everything else. See, again, right back to normal. Very bizarre, very annoying. And of course, now I have to turn Zoom back on, but it is what it is. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do is hit the return line over here. I mean, if it went, that one line went straight through, but unfortunately it doesn't, and I'd have to cross over. I mean, I could cross a line right here, so it joins up here again, and then just, I don't like that though. Then it just does not look like planned. It looks, I mean, it's not like any of it's really planned. It is all impromptu, so to speak, but you know, it shouldn't look that like that. So instead, we're gonna have to come around here. We're gonna run down through here. I just ran out of any nearby electricity. There we go. We'll come down here. And, I don't know, we'll go to here. Okay. Why are you not? Thank you. Okay, so when you leave, you're going to turn this way to there, and then you're going to go all the way to, let's say we take a nice leisurely corner past the whatever's over here. You're going to go to there, and then you're going to come to here. And that cleans up that signal. No more little alerts on the top there. And I think that's him. Is that him? I give him a paint job when he comes by. Let's make you... Well, I usually use kind of more of a white color for him. I'm going to see where he turns. And Mr. Aluminum! Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. You already are the white color because that's currently my default. And there you go. Pathing wise, or not pathing, but signaling. I don't really need much more in the way of signals. Yeah, you two are sharing currently a signal, so I do need to put one here. That'll let you go that away. Yeah, that's holding you guys way too long. So we're gonna also put a signal down here. There we go. Okay. That is now bringing the stuff over to here. Let's head over to the inventory and the warehouse, so to speak, and hook up some inventory belts. Where's down? Down is over here. Hello, hello, and around we go. And we'll do a little And we do a little hop and a little float. Yeah, see, actually everything's moving pretty good right now. Why is everything moving so good? Cool. Not gonna look complain about it. Anything I need to do over here? Yeah, everything's actually moving surprisingly well. And why does that make me suspicious? And as far as getting the aluminum products over, yeah, see, you're kind of getting hung up here, aren't you? Oh, come on, not again. Nope, there it is again. There's that stupid frame judder. Why are you not moving at all? I'm going to once again. This is getting ridiculous. Let's save the game again. Let's exit to the main menu. And let's load back into the world again. There's no freaking mod. I mean, okay, I get it. Thank you for the warning. Stop showing it to me. Swear to God, I'm going to put the wall hole mod back in just to get rid of that message. Okay, what is going on with you guys? You look like you're being fully stymied here. You are a merger. You, oh, look, you're just missing your belt. Okay, well, let's, no. What are you, where? What? How? Huh? What is going on here? Something weird going on here. Okay, let's put the belt in. Why won't you? Okay. So you're joining up there, you're going over here. You're then going that way. And then it all loops back through again, right? Yeah, and then you're all just going off to happy Mr. Sinkland. Is there anything I need to do to speed you guys up? What would happen if I went to a Mark V belt here? Of course, change this to a Mark V. And whatever else is above here to a Mark V. You need to be a Mark V. Mark V. Mark V. In there. That should maximize your flow a little bit. I might have to replace all of you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go through down the line here. Let's replace these segments with faster belts. Like significantly faster. Now that we actually have a supply of aluminum and I don't have to feel guilty about every LCAD sheet that I used. Because, you know, they were purchased. Random lift here for some reason. I think that's left over from a previous iteration. So we're going to replace all of you up to here. So you guys can drain as fast as you possibly want. And that'll help the rest of you guys flow. Yes? Yes, so you can see we got some good movement. The reason I meant... if you're not actually here to do anything, why don't we get you out of here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that means I can join the aluminum onto the rubber line. Of course, we got our SAM fluctuator stuff going on over here. All our SAM production is over here. Because our train is right there. So we'll join the SAM and the rubber and plastic on this line here, which seems to be moving not super fast, but it is steadily moving. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. Because then you join there, then you go off that way. Okay, good. All right, that'll be easy. Okay, let's give it a place for the aluminum to join up with, of course. So we'll pop back upstairs into the old warehouse here. And we'll take this wall out. Yes, I do have to take this wall out. Not sure about these metallic finish things that they gave us in there. But, okay. So let's see, we'll get you lined up. Like that. We'll get you lined up. You are not lined up. Are you now lined up? Yes, you are now lined up. Not the most efficient way of doing it with the spacing that I'm using, instead of squeezing them in side by side, like right up and tight. But you know what? When you think you've got all the space in the world. All right, that means I need to see where you go. So you're gonna go into that. You're gonna go into that, and if I duck underneath through some opening somewhere that I'm gonna create, because apparently I already cleared up some of that stuff. We are going to see. Oh, I just have to move it. Well, rats. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, so what are you? You're a merger, so I'm just gonna put you anywhere and then just lift you up. I must say, again, the new nudging makes life so much easier. I need to make sure you're all facing the right way, because I could just lift you up. I gotta see who's jammed up. Someone's not moving. You can see the little exclamation point flashing in the corner there. So I got a couple of things that have gotten themselves tied into knots. I'm gonna run this all the way over to this wall here, and I'm gonna put you into place. All right, let's have a quick look at the map and see who's giving me a problem. The aluminum production hauler and the ore haulers seem to be in conflict. Oh, what's up, guys? What's up? Okay, I'm gonna have to take a quick trip here and unsnaggle the mess. Probably just need an extra signal. Yep, going in the right direction. Oh. Hello, are you still moving? Are you going? Yeah, it looks that way. Where are you stuck? Must get to spot. Figure out the stop. Are you just a small signal problem? Or something more significant? I don't know why I continue to sing this song, but I do. And then he just stops, completely leaving an unsatisfying conclusion to the whole storied episode. Ha 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 ha. His mind is snapping. Oh, okay, here we go. What's up, guys? Why are you both? You are in no conflict. Probably because I need you to be a pass signal. Oh, I hate this. I need you to be a pass. No, I need you to be a block signal. Oh, that's why. Oh, I need. Oh. So the problem is. Is that this is all one section and they both got themselves stuck in there. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to rerun. Come on. We are going to rerun. We're going to make the corner, please. Stop doing that. Okay, well, you know what? You used to be there, so I'm going to come a couple of notches past. Please connect. Yes, thank you. And we're going to go back to here. We're going to take you back to there. We're going to get our block signal. And then I can put you right there. All right, so that's going to keep these two sections, and the reason I didn't have the block signal in is because it was going right through the freaking hypertube there, and I don't want it to go through the freaking hypertube right there. So that has cleared that up. Literally, the last tiniest little bit of timing, 1 second later, 1 second earlier, they happened to arrive at the exact same moment, and neither one of them wanted to give it up. Not sure why I didn't prioritize one or the other, but it both read that they're, nope, that plate is occupied. I can't go there. I'm not allowed. Okay, on we go. Yeah, you know what? Even you have the most efficient travel system, just the fact of traveling. So dimensional portals might be nice, especially because we're really going to have to start spreading out now. Now that we got our aluminum products in here, we got to start getting things like turbo motors and cooling units. And oh, I missed the stinking turn. Okay, so it always wants me to go left. It seems to be defaulting onto a left turn. So I always have to remember, come up to the intersection. If I want to go right, I am going to have to hit E. So you can see here, it is taking me on a left turn. When I was going the other way, it took me down that left turn. So left turn, to the left, to the left, to the left. Just keep going to the left, man. All right, back where we were, because we still need to, oh, again. Why? What is it? There goes that frame rate again. This is getting very, very annoying. We're gonna get this hooked up, and then I think we're gonna call it. Mind you, we're getting close to the end of the session anyway. But this is painful. I am gonna have to find out what is going on, why I'm suddenly getting like super half frames. It's horrible. It's really horrible. It's like almost unplayable when it starts dropping down like that, because it's not just that I'm getting, stutter frames, it's that there's lag. It becomes incredibly laggy. It's very annoying. And then, it actually is perfectly fine. It's just for whatever reason, it gets it in its head that, no, we're gonna be all pissy and we're gonna be broken and stuff. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to disconnect you. We're gonna use the Mark V. We're gonna come around over to the here. We're gonna use the straight. I hit the wrong button. We're gonna go straight. Did I make it all the way in? I don't think I did. In fact, not even close. Let's try that again. There we go. So that's going to go to there. We're going to cut you here and cut you here. As we're going to use just our Mark IV to go into there. We can pull you out of there and use our Mark. I'll get rid of that little segment there. And you can go into there. Yeah, little graphical. I mean, we are an experimental. I got to remember that. We are, in fact, an experimental, so weird stuff is going to happen. Nope, let's make sure you're pointing in the right direction. Again, stop hitting the wrong button. We want Mark. Oh, fine, Mark 4 is fine. We're going to go up there and go like that, so we can grab our smart splitter and snap you into place. Snap you into place. I could just, of course, put a little belt segment in there, but that is problematic. If you're ever going to do upgrades, having little tiny segments, they're easy to get missed. All right, let's make you the ALCAD sheets. So you are the... Why are you saying high-speed connectors? Let's disconnect you because you were set to high-speed connectors. Oh, that's interesting. You got set to high-speed connectors because I sampled from you. Okay. Well, let's just disconnect those temporarily. And change you to ALCAD aluminum sheet. I might have to go grab some high-speed connectors out of there. I don't know how fast they're flowing. Of course, you've got high-speed connectors there as well, but we can go find our aluminum casings. There we go. So, aluminum casing. Which certainly won't be loading into anytime soon. Yep, okay. Back up to here. And what the hell? We might as well while we're here. Actually, probably that's why I don't want to do that, but that's okay. We are going to grab 1 meter floor section. And swoop you guys into place. We'll grab just a Mark 1 belt was the tongue. And we'll use, actually curve gives a, no, we've been using default, so we're going to continue to use default. Curved and default look like they gave the same result, but, and then we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Get rid of these 2 floor segments. And put those guys back in. And Mark 4. Ooh, pardon me. Whee! All right. So now all we need to do is dump onto that feed line. So, I'm thinking, how do we want to get to you? You are all right here. You're going up that way. You're hooking up here. Okay, so you're a merger. Oh, no, you're a splitter. What are you splitting and why are you splitting? Oh, because you're sending some stuff down to there. Okay, that's fine. So this would be where I want to merge you guys back up. So somebody once told me. You're then going down that way. Then you're coming out through here. I guess what I can do is put a merger here. Put a merger here. No, I'm going to put the wall hole in first because I want to keep things nice and straight. So we're going to go like right there, just so I have something to guide with. Now we'll grab a merger. And it's probably not going to snap into place, but that's all right. We'll kind of line you up there. We'll grab whatever lift. We'll flip you around like that. We'll check your height. Looks like I actually need to drop you down just a smidge. We'll get rid of you. So like that. And then we can go straight across. Okay, so yeah, we can come in through the wall there. Run back up top. So they're going to come out through here. We'll put in a floor hole here. Like that. We'll put another one in like that. I guess I can turn the flashlight off now. And we are going to let you guys start training. How are we doing over here? Where is your stuff? I need to set you to unload. And unload. There we go. Hey, you, who are you? You are the copper ore, so you'll be heading back off down to the west, right? Yes? Yes. Okay. Where is that wall? Oh, that's where the wall hole is. It's hiding behind a giant concrete pillar, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you are. It is... No, you're not. You're right here. Hi. You're right beside giant concrete pillar. Cool. I didn't just put two wall segments in there, did I? No. Okay. You're going to be the correct color. Wow, you copied the correct... No, I don't think I did. I don't remember if I changed that color. Yeah, I did. Huh. So it actually copies the color as well. Cool. Who are you? You're you. All right, flashlight back. I'm not sure I like coming out there. I'd honestly rather go through the concrete pillar right here. Yeah, I think I'd rather do this, which means I'm also gonna have to zip around to the other side here, pull you out of the way, and we'll have to put a couple of wall segments in temporarily so I can put you there. Then we can take these wall segments out, connect the belt traveling in the correct direction like so, and we can foundation and foundation, put our foundations back, and now we have a pull through for the materials that are right there. So we go like that. We put one of these in right there. We grab our Mark IV belt. We make sure we're on straight. Boom, like so. We grab another belt lift, like so. And then we go and we grab a merger. There's Mr. Merger. Look at that. Get a nice snap. And connect to there. Still have not seen the train come back yet. Come back, Mr. Train. Come back. Where is Mr. Train? I hope he's not stuck again. Nope, he's moving along. He's on his way back. It looks like he's at the oil processing locale. Yep, he'll be here shortly. Cool. Excellent. Okay, we can finish getting this hooked up then. because we are going to get rid of you, and we're going to see how you connect like that. Yeah, that's exactly the way I want you to go. And that should give us a place for our aluminum. Now we just need our aluminum train to come in. And that should be him right there. Eventually the engine will... Yep, there it is. What is the draw distance here? While I'm waiting for that. Video. Draw distance. Is there a draw distance? No, it doesn't look like. Okay, well, never mind. And yes, he properly pulls into place. That is something I wanted to double check. Of course, my pass signals are doing their job. I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm going to put a little bypass in here. Like that. That would be 1, 2, so that would join up here. Just, yeah, a little bypass like that wouldn't hurt. Once again, I have flowers where I don't want flowers. Blow it all up. Blow it all up. And way I can keep some concrete underneath you guys. Let's turn our suit back on. There we go. Off you go. Look, he's empty, which means we have deposited a lot, actually. Look at that. All right. Let's make sure everything actually is dumping out. There we go. Yep, you are slowly loading into the line. Yes. Can we make this go any smoother? Probably not, because that's quite a bit. I'm dumping into a single line here. I'm sure there are people out there who have much better systems than this. But you know what? This works for me. This is all, again, about personal inventory, which means I don't need a lot of it. I mean, I'll need a lot of it, but, you know, it's usually in bursts, and so every container over there is probably pretty much full. You can see by how much is dumping. Where's the casings? They should start showing up soon. Hello, Mr. Casings. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, and there goes the casing. So they're going to start showing up in the line now too. Excellent. There's some casing. Yeah, so every one, yeah, so it's like every product, I get one of the other aluminum, so that'll help. Yeah, going to have lots of aluminum dumping into the system. Excellent. Okay. What are you doing over here, by the way? Empty canisters. Oh, for biofuel. One of these days, I'm probably going to need to do the get some plant material again. Mind you, I'm using the hover pack now, so I don't know. Let's find that. And make sure overflow, yep. Make sure overflow is set. Yes, overflow is set. So everything is ready to go. I just need some aluminum to come down here now. Which means we can put this section of floor back in. I guess I'll do this one down here. There we go. Oh. I need a wall hole here. This is from where there used to be a modded wall hole, but now we need a proper one. There we go. Okay, let's put some walls back into this location. So we'll sure. We'll Go to there. Yeah, look at that. It copies the color now. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna move you over a little bit, and then we'll go up a few roof segments. Up a few roof segments. Up a few roof segments. The reason I nudged that over is because I need a door. I need a door. Why did I just do that? I need a door. Thank you. And then we go up. Go up. And we can just connect down like that. There's a little bit of weird shimmer, but it looks like it's settled down nicely. That's good. And we can extend this wall and this wall. Not a lot more things that I'm going to need to be storing over here, which is good. So I'm not going to need to do this multiple more times. I know I'm kind of putting this in with the full expectation that I'm going to end up probably at some point replacing it. But until then, you still want to keep the factory having at least some semblance. Hey, Mr. Ore Hauler, off you go. Yeah, at some point eventually I'll detour him. I could add a third platform over there. No, I don't think I actually have the room for. Yeah, I could. I have to think about that. So I am gonna have. We'll see how it goes. I may not have to bring concrete over to the other side, but I don't know yet. So we'll see. Okay, we can get rid of these guys here. There we go. Any aluminum? Oh, hey, look, aluminum showing up. We are loading. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Okay, and across there. Get everything all nice and closed up here. Oh, and there goes the frame rate again. Oh my goodness, this is painful. And this is not even that big of a world yet. There's so much more. Like there is, oh. I'm not losing any, I'm not using any mods, so that shouldn't be causing my frame rate issue. Everything in here is 100% vanilla. I'm not breaking any rules or anything. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We're just gonna let that do its thing. I'm gonna go over to here. And we are going to unlock some stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I did, you know, I guess you kind of noticed that I have been using the hover pack. I did do that off camera. Do I have another recipe in here? No. I also went through all my hard drives. It's like, oh, look at that. You've cleared up. I did do the research on all the hard drives. I did get the critical ones, and I got an awful lot of garbage. Yeah, for every decent recipe you get, there's probably 6 trash ones. At least, you know, for me. Hey, buddy. Ooh, look at you. You gave me some biomass. How about you? What'd you give me? Ooh, you gave me some steel plates. Good job, boys. Good. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Doug. If I ever get more, that'll be Mac, Ken, and Z. I know I said Z. It really feels weird to my Canadian mouth. But Bob and Doug McKenzie, it's not Bob and Doug McKenzie. All right, control development systems. We can now unlock that easily. So let's actually select the milestone. We'll get it loaded in here. We'll start dumping stuff in there. Look at that, I got enough there. Gonna need to go grab some plastic and some computers. While I'm also here, let's clean up a little bit. That I don't need to keep. The biomass actually can go into the medical kit here because I do need some biomass for some med stuff or inhalers, I think, along with the barrel nuts. Anything else belonging in this container? Ooh, I'm almost out of cable. Of course, it gets loaded up. Oh, yeah, no copper ore. Hey, I got a yellow slug I can deposit here. So let's throw our... I'm in the right container, right? Nope. That is the correct container. This container is for things I want to chew up and spit into tickets. By the way, how are we doing over here on tickets? Only got 10 coupons at the moment, so yeah, we're really starting to slow down here on this. I could start generating more tickets there, but... Yeah, what do we need now? We need more than, yeah, so we're into the millions now per ticket, but that's fine. We're getting into the more valuable stuff. Don't think I need many more things to purchase because I got 14 on me. How about the management? So we got all of these guys. We have all of those. I don't care about custom paints. We have metal roof. I don't really worried about that. What about in the foundations? We have all our foundations. Walls, we're all good. Architecture, we do need to unlock the industrial walkways for the reason that I never use them. Equipment, don't need parts. This will be once I unlock turbo motors. I don't have them unlocked yet, do I? Turbo... No. Do I have turbo motors unlocked? No, I don't. They are going to come in there. Okay, so let's get the control system developed. And there goes the frame rate again. Probably need to put some lights in down there, but what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll grab one for my own pocket. Yeah, not really filling super fast. Not sure about that. Why? Computers. Where are my computers? Computers. Computers. There they are. And how many do I need? 200. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll take a stack for myself. All right. Oh, that frame lag is painful. It really is. Okay. Let's just finish getting this stuff out of here. Launch away.
Milestone reached. Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many deficiencies otherwise encountered in future development efforts. The blender enables you to mix and/or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes. Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
Okay, not going to happen for a while. Because I got a lot of stuff to do between now and then again. Frame rate's cleared up again. Well, no, it's just not as horrible. All right, light switch. I wanted to cycle the light switch here. So first thing you got to do is just jiggle the handle here a little bit to make sure that the intensity sets in. Flip your colors. Turn this on and off. Turn the lights on and off. Just kind of flip all the switches there. And now all my light stands should be on the proper timer. All right. Okay, so now that we got that, what is next in our future? What do I need for the assembly director? So we're going to go assembly director system. So assembly director system is using supercomputers, so we're going to need to get supercomputers. We already have adaptive control units going. Doesn't look like I need a lot of them. That's all done in the assembler, but supercomputers are going to be fun. So that's circuit boards. Oh, circuit boards, computers, and AI limiters. Yuck. I think I want to find see if there's alternate recipes to these guys. Yeah, big yuck. Big yuck. I don't even think I can adapt anything from here, what's already coming in, because I don't know if I'm making enough. So what I'm going to have to do is set up a supercomputer factory somewhere. I'm going to have to think about that one. But let's queue up what our next thing is. So we now have the access to drones, except for drones, I need radio control units. Do I have anything left over here? No, I'm still waiting for that guy to come back. Nuclear power. But I'm going to want particle enrichment along with that. So that means I need turbo motors. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. There's where things start getting a lot more challenging, a lot bigger. So cooling systems, fuse frames, so advanced aluminum products. That, yeah. What do I take? Okay, so remote control units. I haven't unlocked. Where are the remote control units? Nope. Nope. Where did I get remote control units? I got it right here. Oh, radio controlled units, not remote. That's why it didn't show up. So we go radio. There we go. What do I need for radio control units? I need casings. Oh my God. Crystal oscillators. Yeah, I think off camera, between sessions here, I'm going to go look for some hard drives. Yeah, these are shit recipes. So many computers. Aluminum casing shouldn't be a problem. Because remember, I do have the excess 320 scrap, so I could even if I'm running low on casing, I can easily set up another casing. Oof, I hate these. Yeah, there's just nothing good about them. They just suck. So bad. So much. Computers aren't bad. I can get away with quick-wire computer or the Caterium computer along with because I think I'm using the Caterium circuit boards. So let's open that in the codex here. Yeah, so my little kind of mini factory here is set up using, I think, the Caterium circuit board. Let's check the blueprint here. Let's just do a quick search here for circuit. No, it's the silica circuit board. Okay. Let's have a look at the recipe. Circuits. Do I not get a description? Apparently not. Oh, I didn't put description. Yes, and I do have my... Oh, no, that's just power. That's not a construction line. Where's my construction? Silica circuit board. Here we go. So that's just copper ingots, which I currently am making. The raw quartz... Yeah, so I could easily get my circuit boards... I might actually, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to have to do for all the computers, circuit boards, AI limiters, all that fun stuff that I'm going to need. Over in there, There is, so if we look on the old mappy map here, there's 2 pure copper nodes. There's limestone. There is this iron node here, plus a caterium node. There should, I also believe, be some more iron in here somewhere. Look at that. There's a sulfur up there. Okay, so I got a tractor going down there. Now, what I could do is add... Yeah, so it's down that way. So I got to go that way. So I could add more traffic to the road network here. Or we can send a track over to in there. Yeah, and then what we can do is set up our big factory, kind of all of our electronics. So we'll set up our computers, we can set up AI limiters because we have access to all the... Yeah, and the caterium is right there. What the hell? Have you all been flying over here? Why have I not noticed a giant moth flying past me? Anyway, yeah, so yeah, lots going on here. Kind of need to figure out what I'm going to do, but I think the big thing is I think it's time for me to go on to another runabout and die about, because I usually end up getting my ass handed to me trying to get things. There's a lot of nasty things in there. I'm gonna, oh yeah, building up in there. There's a lot of nuclear hogs in there. Fortunately, at least now, one of the other things I kind of did off camera here, if we have a look at my old kit, is I am radiation proof. At least I can survive radiation now. So I have all my kind of kit bits that I need. So that is good. All my tools and whatnot. So I've got my filters and hazmat. Not really the drones. Are they? What's my next priority? That's the big question here. I'm not going to start setting up any nuclear power until I have my particle enrichment set up. Because I don't want to deal with the waste at all. Because I want to sink. I think it's this one here. One of these can be synced. I might have to do this one. This is my frame, so I think next is going to be this one here, which means I'm going to need to set up radio. So I'm going to have to do some planning on the old planning sheet. Yeah, lots of things to do. We're really kind of having to step up production now. It's all been, we're kind of heading into the big stuff now. Really kind of, once you get aluminum going, you're out of mid game. You're kind of now heading into, it used to be end game. We'll call this mid end or end of mid. So end mid, mid end, whatever grammatically correct way it is. Not really using enough power towers, I think, for decorative sake. So I think I'm going to run power towers down that way. Yeah, I got a lot of kind of thinking about to do, some planning to do, but we'll do that over the next week. Like I say, I'm going to have to spend a couple hours going to grab some hard drives. I need to get better recipes for things like my computers and whatnot. I might unlock the advanced aluminum here, even if I have to go buy myself some radio control units. In fact, I'm going to just select that milestone. How much of the radio control units can I purchase? Radio control units, I can. That's a stack of, I think, 50. I'm just going to buy them.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing when I'm kind of buying these, I'm starting to get concerned about, is that it might be affecting my progress and the progress of the story, but just sometimes you kind of have to. All right, 3.5 minutes. I'll put the stuff in there. Everything's got a little green tint. Let's see how the aluminum is doing down here. So I'm going to need a bunch of it anyway, so I might as well grab some. Slowly trickling in. Oh, wow. Really need to finish filling in the building here. Yeah, so lots of little things to do. Again, I'm not going to tie you guys down with that. I think that is going to be the end of today's activities, though. Let me get to my favorite little perch right up here. Just a nice little kind of viewing section here. And we'll drop down, and so we don't see our hands. There we go. But that is going to be it today. The space engineers, it will actually come out today. Finally, huzzah! All the kind of problems I was having with the server I seem to have worked it out. So we can get that up and running, so we can start recording and start working on that. So yes, I am going to finally be releasing episode 1 of the kind of intercessional chapters of our next kind of playthrough for Space Engineer. So join me and Jace for that later today at 3 p.m. Barring any more freaking Murphy work here. Touch wood, touch wood, touch all the freaking wood. And then next week, well, we'll probably start building our Tech Town computer center. Or, you know, we'll give it a cute name on it, whatever going on over there. But we'll see what happens for next week. Hey, buddy. Bringing me some more aluminums and stuff. But until then, hey everyone, have yourself a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be good, stay safe, and bye-bye.